Hello and welcome to Ace Designs 107. I'm the Ace in the card pack and you're the Kings and Queens. This is the tutorial that we'll be doing today. It's going to show you how you can create an overlay in Photoshop CC or any other Photoshop below to make a overlay for YouTube videos or Twitch live streams. You can make this overlay really easy, doesn't require much skill in Photoshop, and I think that you guys will really enjoy it. Now, what I'll show you in this tutorial will be from the process of drawing and sketching ideas to finalizing your product. Okay, so basically, it's going to be a long video, so that's why this video is around 45 minutes long. So, if you do not like the time, you can go to my channel and there's another video that I made on how you can make a really easy overlay. But that overlay doesn't look as good and it was such an old video that it doesn't have much views anyway. This is a video for all my new subscribers that have came to my channel and asking me, can you make a tutorial on how to make an overlay? So I really do hope that you enjoy this video and you can take something away from it. I think that the end result is really good and I'll be using this overlay for my YouTube channel. So please give me comments and feedback on what you think. And also, just a quick heads up, this 3D text that you see here, I won't show you how to make this. However, I will make a tutorial later down in the future, probably in 1 week or a couple of days, on how to make this 3D text. So if you want to see that, please make sure to subscribe and you'll get that content. Thank you for watching the video and let's get straight into the first step. Okay, so the first step for this tutorial is we're going to grab a pen and a piece of paper and we're going to start drawing. Now, what I would advise you guys to do is draw with a pencil, but in this case, it's a bit hard for me to show the pencil just with this camera. I've got some really nice lighting come from the window, but I'm just going to do whatever like this. So I'm going to roll up a sleeve like this and demonstrate. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab a piece of paper. Now, you could use some coloring in pencils. Now, this might look expensive. They do end up getting quite expensive for the high quality ones. So don't go buy $500 or even $10 worth. This is the point of my tutorial, to make you guys free content. So I'm pretty sure you guys would have a pen lying around at home. And sorry for my PJs. Love dogs, by the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my piece of paper and I'm going to sketch out some ideas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a ruler. Now this is pretty handy to have for this tutorial, and I know the basic things that I want in my overlay. So I'm going to hold it down like this and I'm going to draw a straight line, whoop-de-doo. Whoops, and it doesn't need to be like accurate because we're not scanning this. Even I can do like scribbles all over the piece of paper, it doesn't matter. Okay, so the next thing that I also want to do is I want to add in a box on this corner because this is where my logo is going to be put. So I'm going to have the box to be 3 centimeters. So I'm going to mark it here by 3 centimeters and mark it here. And this is going to be my box. Now I don't even need a ruler for this. It's going to be really rough, guys. And this is going to be the area where my logo is going to be held. So spinning logo or logo. Okay, another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to break up this into some different sections. So I'm going to measure the whole length. So it's around 290. So the half of 290 is like 140, around there. So 145. So we're going to put a split right there. Okay, so this is going to be our section for this break. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little design even. So I'm going to break this thing up. Now this doesn't look even, obviously. This bit isn't even to this. That is fine. It's just a little indicator that we're going to have a little second break and we're going to do some little design in here. I'm not too sure what we're going to do. But in the meantime, what I'm going to have here is I'm going to have a little text saying stay connected. And then I'm going to have little arrows in here. I'll show you how to do those arrows. And I'm going to have YouTube, YT, just abbreviate it. It's really rough, guys. And you guys like, why is he wasting my time showing what to draw? It's really, like, important that you learn how to do all this thing. So I'm just going to have my 3 main links here: YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and maybe Instagram. I wasn't able to fit it in here, but obviously I will be able to in Photoshop. And in here I'm just going to have the logos for the social medias. So now what we have is a really basic concept what we're going to be using. And this would be incorporated for all different designs. So for an example, if you're on a top one, so you want to have like a box on the top of your video, and with this box you could have little subdivisions like this of triangles, and not Illuminati, but you know what I'm saying. So these triangles would hold different little pictures. So here would be your social media, and here would be the sponsors. Here would be what you're about. And here would be, I don't know, whatever. Could even add 3 box, like 2 here and 1 top. And here would obviously be your channel name or logo. Okay, so back to my design. What I'm going to have in this little section here, I haven't decided on what I'm going to use. So for this one, I'm just going to do whatever. And you'll find out whatever comes to mind when you're designing it. And you can always go back and edit it. So that's the great thing about this. Okay, so we have made our overlay. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to turn up our computer. And we're going to open up Photoshop or Illustrator, whatever one you want to use. And we're going to use this design, what we've done on paper, and we're going to remake it in Photoshop. So guys, I'll see you in the next step. Let me sync up this recording. Okay, so now we went into Photoshop and we're going to start drawing the actual overlay. So we're going to go to File, New, and I'm going to make this overlay my recording size. So I record at 1920 by 1080p at 60 FPS. And I'm also going to do resolution for this at 300. And I'm going to do the background contents white for now. Press OK. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to draw the standard shapes for the overlay. So you should always do this. So for an example, if you have a top one, you're going to draw a square. But for mine, I have a taskbar and I want to cover that taskbar. So I'm going to print screen. Press Ctrl C, press Ctrl V, and that's gonna put this my thing here. So it's gonna look a bit weird. Actually, I might as well do this one. Print screen, and I'm gonna paste it like this. Okay. So what I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna cover that taskbar. So I'm gonna grab I'm gonna use a rectangular marquee tool, and I'm gonna rename this screenshot. This one. Okay, sorry, my mic is really annoying with the cord. Okay, so the next thing is we're going to cover this by making a new layer by pressing Control Shift and press OK. And we're going to press M on our keyboard to grab the rectangular marquee tool, and we're going to cover this. Okay, so now we're going to zoom in that we make sure that we've got everything. Yep. And we're going to grab the white, just the white color for now, and we're going to press G on our keyboard and fill that in. Press D, and that'll all cover everything. Next thing that we're going to do is we're going to make a small box. So we're going to grab our rectangular marquee tool, press Control Shift N again, and we're going to hold Shift while we size this one up now. And I think we've got a box like this size. Press Control D, press Control C, fill that in. Okay, so now we've got something bit better. Now this does look a bit weird, so a bit more comfortable with that size actually. I'm gonna resize this like that. Okay. Now another thing that I would like to do is I would like to break this one up. So I'm gonna grab a ruler and bring it to the middle, but if you want to grab a ruler, just press Ctrl R. And what I'm going to do with this ruler is that's going to be my middle. So I'm going to grab the rectangular marquee tool and and I'm going to make a box or a rectangle that I like the width from, so I think something like that. And I'm going to fill this one in, press Ctrl D, but that's not in a new layer, so make sure you make a new layer before you fill that selection in. Press Ctrl D, and now move this one in the middle of that ruler and hold shift and drag it down. Okay, sweet. Now we don't need any fill, but we're just going to control click the thumbnail, go down to here, and we're going to press delete on that one. Okay, so now what we have is we have like a broken up section. So now we can do some cool little edits to this, but before we're going to do that, I'm going to add in my text. So I'm going to pick a text that I would like to type with. I'm going to do Typography Pro. I'm going to change the color of the text to black. Okay, so now I'm going to type stay connected. And resize this down. Now I didn't do that E properly, so I'm going to go back down and I'm going to resize that to E connected. Okay, so now what I can do with this text is I'm going to put it in the middle of that rectangle, so I'm going to drag up my ruler down and it should snap to the middle. And I'll use my text tool, and you'll see what I mean by placing it in the middle. I'm going to place it right there. Okay, something like that should do. Press Ctrl 0 to resize back out, and then I can go to View, Clear Guides. Okay, so I don't like how that's looking, so I'm just going to press a couple times up and down. Just kind of eyeball it from this. Okay. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add in some logos, but before I do that, I'm going to open up my logo pack. My icons pack, and this shall allow me to do all like the standard social. So with this one, I'm going to grab a YouTube play. That's not it. Twitch first. I need the small Twitch actually. There we go. It's not really organized in this pack, so do forgive. Okay. So I've got my Twitch now, and then I'm gonna grab a YouTube. Do I want to use this one or the other one? Probably want to use the other one. YouTube play here. Okay. And I'm also going to grab a Twitch. I've got that one. Twitter. There's a Twitter. Just dragging and dropping these right now. And I also want to do an Instagram. But what I'm going to do for that one is I'm going to grab a colored one, because I can't really fill that Instagram one in. Where's Instagram? Okay, sweet. So now I'm going to resize this Instagram to a nice little size. Okay, so I'm going to kind of move my icons into the bar, but I can't really do this at this size, so I'm just gonna press Ctrl plus a couple of times to zoom in, and I'm gonna get a good size. I think that's pretty decent. Resize this one a little bit more by holding shift. Okay. And the same goes for Twitter, but for the Twitter one, I'm going to right click, do blending options, go to color overlay, and I'm going to add in a blue. And I'm also gonna copy the layer styles for this one, paste it there. I'm just gonna blending options, add a drop shadow. And I can edit the drop shadow in here. Probably don't want to drop shadow actually, just thinking about it, like, just want this one to the drop shadows. Okay, so now we've got some icons in here, but I'm also going to resize like the YouTube and that, so don't worry. And hopefully I can make a template for you guys, so you guys can use it, and yeah, but I'll probably make something really different, because I'm going to be using this one for my official one. So this is really it, guys. You just need to really do whatever floats your boat. Resize this one to color overlay. Fills one with red. Okay. I think I've got good YouTube size, but just make sure. Yep, that's exactly the same. Okay, and with the Twitch, it should be generally easy. Just go to Twitch blending options, color overlay, do a nice little purple. See how the pixels line up there. So they're all the same size. Okay, so basically you want to decide what order you want the things to be in. So in my case, I'm thinking YouTube, Twitch, because they're my main two that I want to grow, and then Twitter I want to grow over Instagram, and then Instagram I want to grow last. Okay. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to evenly space these. So with my Twitch, space it like that. And all you really have to do is just do slash. There's nothing really too fancy about it. Okay, I've got something there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my text tool, type in same font, and I'm just going to do slash ace design 107. Press OK, and then resize it. Something like that. Okay. And then we can press Ctrl J. And move it in like that, press Ctrl J. Now this doesn't look like it's fitting, no shit. But what I'm going to do is going to group these. So I'm going to grab this one, press Ctrl J. Press Ctrl G, I mean. YouTube. Press Ctrl G. Press Ctrl G. And this is going to be Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Insta, and then make sure that I've got the order right. Okay, so I've organized everything now, and now it's time to resize our main text, stay connected. So I'm going to press Ctrl T on this one. And I'm just gonna fit it in like that. Now with my YouTube, bring it forward a bit. And now with my Twitch, forward a bit. Now with my Twitter, bring it forward a bit. My Insta. Okay. It doesn't really fit like this, so if it doesn't, just delete the stay connected. You don't really need it, and we're just going to spread it out like normal. Now this white looks really bad as like just the overlay. I want to try and keep it minimalistic, obviously with this design, but we'll see how it goes. I might just keep it white and work around it to make it look nice, or I'm going to add in some patterns. I'll probably add in some patterns, so I'll show you guys how to do that. Okay, so it's already 13 minutes into the tutorial, just on the Photoshop part, so I have to speed things up. So another thing that I want to do is I want to close that, and I'm going to add in a little box actually here. This is going to be my little add-in. So I'm going to do like, I'm going to grab the rectangular marquee tool. Don't use a box thing, just always use the rectangular marquee tool, unless you want to do like a specific box. And I'm going to do stay connected like this, and I'm going to fill this one in with white or with black, but with white for this one. And I'm going to press Ctrl T and move this down until I don't have any line. Okay, perfect. And I want to make sure that this one is centered, so I'm going to grab up my ruler, press Ctrl R, and I'm going to just drag it around. I think that is a really good center, and then I'm just going to eyeball it, because really people are just going to glance at the overlay once or twice, so it doesn't really matter. And to move it like that. Okay, so now I need to get the text like really done, because that is that. And then the Twitch is going to go in like this, and the YouTube is going to go in like this. Okay, so now we can go to view clear guides, and we've already got something. Now you guys like, wow, he took a long time for this. Yeah, you should always try to do your longest time for this one, because of this will be in your every video. So I'm just gonna name this white bar bot, and this one's gonna be square white. Okay, so now I'm just going to group all these and do social links, and I'm just going to simply lock this one, because we don't need to do anything with this one anymore. Okay, so this one is going to be logo box, and I'm going to really merge this one into the white one, because I don't think that, yeah, okay. Now, it's either deciding if I want to keep this one a part of this or not. I actually might do a white dotted line there, and see how it looks. So I'm going to grab up my line tool, and I'm going to do the fill black, actually stroke just black, and the white like that, and let's do black. Okay. Something like that. Press U to bring up that back up. Bring that forward. Okay, now that line is a bit too thick, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change its thickness. I'll first I'll resize it, and then I'll press U on my keyboard and bring up the pixels. Okay, that's not gonna work. Okay, So what's going to be here, I'm telling you, is going to be like a 3D text. I'm just going to pause the video now and I'll come back. Okay, I totally forgot some of the main design concepts, so I'm going to actually teach you like a really common way to actually make your overlay look really good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new layer and I'm just going to do these outlines. Now I'm going to press P on my keyboard to grab the pen tool. Now this might be some time consuming stuff. I'm going to click off the screen, click here, click here, hold shift, make a straight line, and then connect that up, make selection, press OK, and I'm going to fill this one in with a red, or a green, like it doesn't really matter, something like that. Okay, now look at that, that looks pretty cool. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing for the these two. But with this one, you want to be pretty zoomed in, like, because if you want these lines to be very accurate. So I'm going to do it like this, like this. Actually, delete that one, delete that, and it's really just playing with the lines. I can't really teach you. If you want to see me do this technique on another like a type of graphics, go watch my Scented Lines text effect tutorial. It's pretty cool, so yeah. Okay, so now we've got something like this, and actually I'm going to fill that in on a separate layer, and then I'm going to proceed to fill that in again, and then I can press Ctrl J on that layer, right click, do flip horizontal, and I can bring this one right out to the edge, like that. And I'm going to bring this right to the edge of that square, like that. Okay, so now we've got some actually really cool lines, and these lines can all be merged in the end, but I'll probably leave it like this. And then what I'm going to do for this corner is, like I said when I was drawing it out, I'm probably want to do some really cool patterns on it. So with this one, I'm going to grab, I don't know how I want to do this. I'm going to grab the pen tool and just going to hold shift and cut out something. So it's going to be a 45-degree cutout. Just find a good, okay, like that. Make selection, press OK, and then go to your white bar and do delete. Press OK, and then press T on that marquee tool. Okay, so now we're going to grab a ruler, horizontal ruler, and we'll click it like here, and then we'll click on this corner, shift, and that should be at the same angle. Make selection, press OK, and delete that out of that white bar. Press D to deselect, and that should be relatively equal. Not that equal. Press OK. Just eyeball it. Or you could grab the marquee tool, the rectangular marquee tool, if that angle's not working for you, and you can select this bit, press Ctrl C, then press Ctrl V, press Ctrl T, flip horizontal. And then we've got something like that. Okay, now we can go to view clear guides. Okay, so now we're going to add in some little things like this, but we're going to do the same for this one. So I'm going to press Ctrl J on those, press Ctrl T, resize this, bring it down to here, and that's going to be our overlay. So we've got something like this going on now. And with this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue adding in those lines. So I'm just going to rename this to line, corner line, This really needs to be organized. Like, I can't stress enough, guys, that this is going to get like really busy, and this is going to be a long tutorial. Like, don't worry. But really, I just want to see awesome graphics design on YouTube. I'm sick of seeing like these channels that have shit ass graphics design, and it really breaks my heart because I know these people want to do well on YouTube, and part of that is to make your channel look good, and that's why I'm here. Okay, so I'm gonna do it like this. I'm not angry. I'm not really like upset at them. It's not their fault. It's just that they could learn a thing or two and make their channel a lot better. That wasn't a good feel. And you always want this stuff to be symmetrical. Like, it's pretty important that you have symmetrical design. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press Ctrl J, right click, flip horizontal, and I'm going to do it like that. So now that looks at least symmetrical. So now we're going to continue filling in these. So I'm going to I'm going to merge these together by pressing Ctrl J and then press Ctrl T and just resize. Actually, Control E, Control E. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That. Do flip perspective. Perspective, are you going to let me? Distort. And fuck those. I didn't like it how I did it. It was way too thick. Something like that, and then we'll grab our pen tool like this and it like that. This has to be on a new layer. Control J, resize this to flip horizontal and move it back on like that. Sweet. Okay, so now we've got those lines coming in like that. Okay, so another thing that we can do is we can add in little accents like this. Would that work? I'll try. Make selection, press OK. Let's see. Okay, yeah, it works. Make a little triangle. Just Control J, I'm gonna zoom in on this. Just move this down like that. Press Control J. Don't need that one. Okay. So now we've added some little triangles on, and we're really getting a cool little pattern. So now I'm gonna just add in some final lines on this rectangle. So I'm going to add in these final lines, and then I'll show you how to make out a cool backing for this. So I'm going to go here, and this is pretty important that I do well in this because I'm going to be using this. Like, this is not just a tutorial; it's just for myself also. So not pressure at all, like making it sound like a pressure. No, there's no pressure. really wanted this to look well, so give me some feedback on like what do you think this looks like, and if I should make some adjustments or whatever. A little triangle here. That isn't the world's straightest triangle, but you're not going to really see it at that angle. Okay, so now we've got some lines in here. And now look what happens when I change the color of this one. I really need to find that layer. Where the fuck is it? This is why you need to organize it, because like, if you lose this layer. Just trying to find it now, and sorry for my mouse as being so loud, like, can't really help that. I could try and go buy a silent mouse, but okay, this one. I believe I missed that. Okay, so now we've got something like this, but I don't want it to be like black or white. I want to be like dark gray, like that. And I'm going to fill this in with a really cool pattern. So also with these outlines, so I need to get all these squares, square copy, and I'll just do square copy to the right, and this one's going to be square right left. Okay, so am I happy about those two triangles? This one needs to be moved a bit. The center of that, like that, and we can merge everything I guess together. So we're gonna go here. And I'm going to merge these two together. Control J. Oh wait, Control E. Okay, so now those are all merged together, and we don't have any lines. Great. So these ones, I'm going to merge them together, I guess. Yep. And I'm going to Control click their thumbnail and fill them both in with black. And now we've got our overlay. But we're going to add in some patterns. So I'm going to open up my GFX pack. I'm going to stop the video here. I'm going to open up my GFX pack, and I'm going to find some really cool backings that I could use, and hopefully I'll be able to share them with you. Okay, so what I did is, as you can see, I made big differences. So what I did is I grabbed a bunch of stocks like these, and I all laid them correctly how I wanted to. So if I show you, so first of all, I added a backing preset. So I added this one in, and then I put that over top of my bar that I made. Okay, then I placed over these little particles. You can't really see them, but I placed over those, and just have to duplicate them like that. Then I placed over this really weird light one. Oh, redo, step forward. Okay. And I did that for both sides. Then I placed over this particles. You can't really see them again. And I did that for both sides. And then what I did is I grabbed all these, I made sure that I picked a setting that I liked, and then I shift clicked them, and then I did create clipping mask, and I have this really cool background texture. And then for the lines, I merged them into one, and then named this lines. And then I pressed Ctrl U, and I found a color to suit my stocks, or whatever. You could call them stocks. So like that. Great. Orange. And then I would merge all these together by pressing Ctrl E and then pressing Ctrl U and then doing orange or something like that. And then you can change down the saturation. You don't want this to be too strong. It just wants to be back, and then you could change the lightness of that to like that. Okay. And then what you can do with these is you can merge that into your bar. So that's your bar now. Okay, and I'll resize. And then with this bar, what you can do, and there's lines, is you can go down here and add in a hue saturation adjustment layer. And then you can change the color of the bar, whatever you want. So if I want a green, for an example, and then I change off this, I have a green bar. And that's really it, guys. I'll just put my wallpaper above this. Cut this out. Okay. And what you can also do is you can put like a little shadow on the bar to make it look like this stock or the blacks actually have like some, like there's a difference. So you would go to inner shadow and you would go to your distance and just change your size. Just mess around with these settings. Change it up like this. And you could do like an inner glow and then do like the size like that, and then change it to like an overlay or something like that. You could do screen, you could just do soft light, that, and then go to your opacity, change that one up, down, whatever you like, and then you can do drop shadow, whatever you would fancy you. So, but yeah, that's it basically. With the text on this social media stuff, you might want to add in a drop shadow. So you can go to your text and then do blending options and then go to drop shadow and just add in a small one. Which one am I doing? YouTube one. Just go into here. I might resize this text a little bit thick or whatever. So I couldn't really see that. Okay, and same for the Twitch. Delete that one. Delete that one. Delete that one. And you can bring on this one. Press Ctrl J. Ctrl T. Resize it there. Press Ctrl J. Resize it there. Press Ctrl J. Put this one down there. And for the Instagram one, as you guys can see, it's a really easy tutorial. It doesn't require too much effort, and I think that you guys will be, without no problem, be able to replicate this. Thank you so much for watching the tutorial. If you did enjoy it, or if I taught you anything on how to make your channel a little bit better, thank you for subscribing. Also, this can be done in Twitch also, and you can do the same concept for making an one for your webcam. Design it out on paper first, incorporate the design in Photoshop, and then add some backings to it, and you should be good to go. Now, if I get 50 likes on this video, I'll release the tutorial file, so you guys will get this, and I'll give my overlay for free away, which I'll be using in my videos, so you guys can use that. And, you know, in this overlay, in this file, you will also get like the stocks that I used for this, so everything will be like that in it. So thank you so much for watching the video. If you did, please hit that thumbs up, it'd be greatly appreciated. And also subscribe to the video, that would be great. Thank you so much for watching it. I really did hope that you enjoyed it and learned something. And I'll see you guys in the next video. And what I plan to do in the next video is teach you how you can make logos. So that's a really another high requested tutorial that I've been getting. How to make your own channel logo. Peace, guys.